So we'll kind of start by answering the fundamental question, what actually is ISO/IEC 20000? It sounds simple, but we need a strict definition. We'll touch briefly on the history, how we evolved from BS 15000 to the international standard we have today. And we'll discuss how this aligns with other frameworks. Many of you might be familiar with ITIL or other best practices. It is vital to understand that ISO 20000 is a standard, which is what you must do, while frameworks are best practices, which is how you could do it. So we'll explore how they complement each other. And finally, the ecosystem. We will look at the certification and qualification ecosystem. Who are the organizations involved in accrediting and certifying you? Let's begin with the formal definition. ISO/IEC 20000 is a standard designed to promote an integrated process approach. This means we're not just looking at isolated tasks, but at how everything connects to effectively delivering services. Crucially, it is a set of requirements. This distinction is key. Unlike a best practice guide, which suggests what you should do, the standard dictates what you must do if you want to be certified. It is a yardstick against which you assess your organization. You see the acronyms ISO and IEC. This is a joint standard development by the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, and International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, giving it global recognition and validity. So the document set, the standard is not just one document, it's a family of documents. The ones you need to be more familiar with are listed here. First is ISO IEC 20001, 2008. This is the requirements document. This is the law. When you're audited, this is what you are audited against. It defines the service management system, SMS. Part 2 is guidance. This is a guidance on application. It explains how you might implement the requirements from Part 1. It's incredibly helpful for understanding the intent behind the strict rules. And Part 3 is scope. Then we have Part 3, 2009, which guides us on scope definition. This is vital for determining exactly what parts of your organization are being certified. Is it the whole company or just a specific department? There are other parts addressing specific applications, but these three are our core focus. Well, why do organizations go through this? Firstly, it's becoming a basic business requirement. Just like ISO 9001 became the norm for quality, ISO 20000 is becoming the entry ticket for IT service providers. Now, many contracts now demand it. Also, it kind of forces us to take quality seriously. It helps enforce process compliance, getting everyone, marching to the same beat rather than doing things their own way. It also leads to a more effective business and surprisingly can boost staff morale. When people know exactly what they're supposed to do and know their roles fit into the bigger picture, job satisfaction often goes up. Finally, it builds in a mechanism for reviews and assessment. You're not just fixing things, you are committing to continual improvement. Before we manage services, we must define what a service is. It is a means of delivering value to the customer. We do this by facilitating the results the customer wants to achieve without them having to own the specific costs or risks. How to define service management? It is a set of capabilities and processes we use to direct and control our activities. It covers the entire life cycle, design, transition, delivery, and improvement. Its goal is simple: to fulfill the service requirements we promised. We talk about the customer constantly. In the standard, a customer is the organization or part of the organization that receives the service. Remember, this can be internal, like another department, or external. We also need to consider interested parties. These are people or groups who have a stake in our success. This is a broader than you might think. It includes, owners, management, obviously, but also suppliers, bankers, unions, and partners. Even people within our own service provider organization are interested parties. We need to understand their needs because they can influence our ability to succeed. Now we arrive at a critical definition, the service management system, or SMS. It's vital to understand that SMS is not just a software tool you buy, it is the management framework we build to direct and control our service management activities. Now think of it as a system in a true sense, a set of interrelated elements working together. These elements establish our policy and objectives, and crucially, they help us achieve them. What is included? The SMS is comprehensive. It acts as a container that holds together everything that we do, our policies, plans, processes, documentation, and resources. It covers the full life cycle: design, transition, delivery, and improvement, ensuring we fulfill the strict requirement of ISO/IEC 20000/1 -1. Well, a lot of drivers for quality are listed out here. So the question that we're asking is, why are we putting all this effort into high quality services? Is it not just for the sake of certification, or is it much more than that? So we kind of got a few quality drivers on this particular slide. Organizations are increasingly dependent on IT. When services go down, businesses stop. So consequently, IT has higher visibility than ever before, usually for the wrong reason if things go wrong. Also, users are more tech savvy and they have more exacting demands. At the same time, the infrastructure we manage has increased complexity, making it harder to meet those demands without a structured approach. And finally, many of you may be charging for services or facing competition for customers. So if your quality kind of drops, your customers have options to go elsewhere. So we've got some benefits listed on this particular slide. They include continual improvement, confidence, reduce costs, and reduce risk. Implementing the standard brings tangible benefits. First, it enforces a culture of continual improvement, which stops standing still. This naturally leads to increased business and customer confidence because they see consistent delivery. Cost and risk, finally, financially, it reduces long-term costs in developing and delivery. We stop reinventing the wheel and fixing the same errors. Strategically, it reduces the risk of not being able to meet business objectives. We become an enabler, not a blocker. Some additional benefits are listed out here. Communications, one of the biggest wins is better communication between IT and business. The standard gives us a common language. Efficiency is another one. We see greater productivity and make the best use of skills and experience because roles are clearly defined. Agility is another one. Crucially for today's market, a structured SMS gives us the ability to absorb a high rate of change. When you have a process for change, you can move faster and safer. And by adopting best practice guidance, we gain a better understanding of the business, our roles, and processes we need to succeed.